Once a sanctuary of leisure, now a breeding ground for the restless dead, their vacant eyes fixed upon the living with a hunger unquenchable. Beyond the reach of civilization, a winding road snakes its treacherous path, a gateway to oblivion for those who dare to tread its cursed path. A forest, thick with secrets and teeming with unseen horrors, encroaches upon the edges of her prison, its depths concealing untold terrors waiting to be unleashed. The newest wife wandered with trepidation, her heart heavy with the weight of foreboding. For in this house of horrors, time itself was but a cruel master, weaving a tapestry of suffering that knew no end. With his charming smile and enigmatic magic, Donster had spun tales of freedom, promising her liberty within the confines of his abode. But beneath his facade of generosity lay a darkness that threatened to consume her soul. She was warned of a single rule, a seemingly insignificant prohibition: never to insert the tiny key into the even teenier lock. Yet as the days passed, she felt the pull of curiosity growing stronger, beckoning her towards the forbidden chamber. But even if she had resisted, even if she had adhered to his arbitrary decree, Donster's insatiable hunger for control would have found another way to ensnare her. His demands would have escalated, each one more grotesque and depraved than the last. As she sat in silence, watching him dance amidst the rotting corpses of his past wives, she realized the true nature of her captivity. She was but a pawn in his sadistic game, a vessel for his twisted desires. And so she endured his unspeakable acts, her spirit slowly eroding with each passing day. She drank the milk of his cruelty, choking on its bitter taste, while he praised her loyalty, her resilience. For in the end, she understood that Donster's mansion was not merely a prison of stone and mortar, but a metaphor for the entropic decay of the universe itself. And as she gazed into the abyss, she saw the inevitable end looming ever closer, a darkness from which there would be no escape. In the suffocating embrace of Donster's mansion, where shadows danced with malevolent glee, and time itself seemed to wither and decay, the newest wife found herself teetering on the precipice of despair. Yet, in the darkest depths of her torment, a glimmer of defiance ignited within her soul, a flickering flame of forbidden knowledge and ancient power. With trembling hands and a heart heavy with dread, she delved into the forbidden arts, invoking whispers of forgotten incantations and weaving threads of arcane energy into the fabric of her being. For in the face of Donster's insidious magic, she knew that only darkness could combat darkness. Only the forbidden could challenge the forbidden. As the moon cast its eerie glow upon the desolate landscape, she stood at the threshold of her own awakening, her spirit poised to defy the shackles of her captivity. With each whispered word, each silent plea to forces beyond comprehension, she felt the tendrils of power coalesce around her, wrapping her in a cloak of otherworldly might. And so, armed with the eldritch gifts of her newfound sorcery, she ventured forth into the heart of darkness, her resolve unyielding, her purpose clear. For there was no option but to be strong, to grasp at the faintest glimmer of hope amidst the encroaching shadows. With the weight of centuries bearing down upon her shoulders, she took up the dagger, its gleaming edge a beacon of defiance amidst the oppressive gloom. And as she whispered a prayer to gods long forgotten, she plunged the blade into the heart of her oppressor, a single act of defiance against the encroaching tide of despair. In that moment of sublime catharsis, as the venom of the demon was drained and the echoes of his malevolence faded into oblivion, she knew that her sacrifice would pave the way for a new dawn. For her act of liberation was not merely an end to her suffering, but a beacon of hope for all who dared to defy the darkness. And as she stood amidst the shattered remnants of Donster's reign, bathed in the ethereal glow of her own emancipation, she knew that her legacy would endure long after the shadows had retreated. For in the heart of darkness, where secrets lay entwined with the fabric of reality, she had found the strength to rise above her torment and carve her own path to freedom.